This video will go over how to maximize engagement during your live session. Let's get started. Our goal during the live session is to inform and inspire. Let's just talk about what those two words mean for a moment. Inform means to share your knowledge, things you know from your studies, your work, your observations, and your experience. Inspire means to ignite a spark in someone else using your personal experiences and stories. Think of inform and inspire as the two goldfish in this tank. Our goal is to make sure they thrive. Engagement is the water in the tank that allows this. To inform and inspire learners around the world, we need to know how to engage them. That is, to capture and maintain their interest so they will listen, think about, and remember what we are saying. To engage your audience, you should first understand a little bit about them. What is the age of the learners? Your tone and the content appropriate for 8-year-olds will be different than 15-year-olds. What is the size of the audience? Is the session a small group of students or a huge auditorium full of students? What country are your learners in, and what is their culture? Be sensitive to specific topics or issues that might be perfectly fine in one country, but taboo or even illegal in another. Are there any instructions or special requests from the teacher? Understanding what the teacher wants is critical to make sure you are meeting their expectations. What class or subject are the students you're speaking to in? The focus of your session might be different if you're speaking to a science class versus a history class. Understanding your audience is important so you can tailor your content, tone, approach, and engagement style. So let's dive straight in. How do I make my live session engaging? We found a few powerful ways to do this. First, make it personal. Second, use props. Third, make it interactive. Let's talk about each of these one by one. Make it personal. When you allow someone to get to know you, they naturally care more about what you're saying. Instead of offering generic information or knowledge that anybody can find on the internet, allow the audience to see what you see through your eyes. Give your audience a chance to get to know you by doing some of these things. Share a little about yourself, your organization, your path, and what inspires you to do your work. Include personal stories, observations, and even opinions that you have related to your area of expertise. Instead of using generic photos, make it personal by using your own photos, especially relevant photos of you doing your job. Let the students feel your passion by communicating with energy and enthusiasm. Inspire them to make a difference in the world. Finally, when you're finished using the visual presentation, stop the share screen and let the students see your face in the big window on Zoom. You want them to remember you. Use props. We use the term props loosely for any objects or living things that are relevant to your area of work. For example, if you work with snakes, try to show a snake or have a snake in the background during your live session. If your job requires certain tools, show the tools and perhaps how to use them. If you work with musical instruments, bring those instruments and play them during the live session. If you work with rocks or gemstones, show the real thing and then zoom in for a closer look through a photo. Make it interactive. Try to engage your audience by encouraging their participation and interaction. Instead of a lecture, think about the live session as a structured conversation where you allow the audience to participate at various points during the session. Here are some ways to make your session interactive. When appropriate, ask the audience a question to get them thinking. Call on a few to share their ideas. For example, instead of directly telling your audience how climate change is affecting people all over the world, try asking the audience, Would anybody like to share an example of how climate change is affecting people around the world? For younger students, ask a question and let the students show whether they agree or disagree with thumbs up or thumbs down. For example, thumbs up if you agree and thumbs down if you disagree. Orangutans are important to their native ecosystem. Several times throughout the live session, pause and ask students if they have any questions. This will give students a chance to speak up if they didn't understand something or want you to elaborate. Make sure you reserve enough time at the end of the session for Q&A. Students have told us that their favorite part of the live session is the Q&A because it gives them a chance to get answers about what is important to them. You are now the face of the subject you have spoken about with the students. It's very likely that the students will always associate you with the issue, culture, language, or topic that you've taught them about. They may not remember all of the information and details you shared with them during the live session, but if they can remember you and your story, you have done your job to inform and inspire them. For the greatest impact, try to deepen your connection with the students to extend beyond the live session and into their lives. End the session with a last thought or a last action. For example, ask the students to think about how they could relate what you have taught them to their own lives or their own communities. Ask students to share something they've learned today with a friend or a family member. If students have any further questions when the session is coming to an end, offer to answer them over email or in a video to their teacher. Last but not least, smile, don't forget to have fun, and enjoy the session. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful. You're going to do an amazing job at keeping learners engaged so that you can inform and inspire them. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at contact@aclassroomwithoutwalls.com.